All right. Welcome to We Are Something Else, episode 202. You Can't Stop the Rain. Oh, and look at here. It's me and my bro, CB. CB, what's good with you on another Thursday, episode 202? What's
Something
good
like
with
that.
you? Yeah, something like that, right? No, yeah, 202 on paper, right?
I mean, and we're in charge of the history book, so it's, whatever we want
It's whatever we say it is, right?
in this scenario. So, man, last week or so has been kind of cool. Went on a golf trip with some of the homies. Got
Right.
the first golf trip out of the way, and I'm ready. I'm ready to plan the next one now. So, getting through the work week. We're almost to Friday. And you better believe I'm already looking forward to the weekend. So how things going with you?
Yeah, man. Look, things are good on a Thursday. There we go. Welcome in, Risa. Good to see you. Dimitri, good to see you. Dave J on the mic, good to see you. Kendall B too. Yeah, good to see you. E, what's good with you?
What up? What up? What up?
Nothing. What's good with you?
This work is what's good.
Okay.
Listen, man. It you know what? As much as people swear that they need you to do stuff at work, I swear we don't get paid enough to act like that we actually really need to be located and probably looked for as much as we do. You know what I mean? But that's to us people that maybe don't have the manager tag, like some other people on here.
Right. Okay. Justin, Justin, what's good with you? Justin Christopher. E, you got that light working? I see the lobsters more than we see you, bro. There we go. All right. So look, my week has been week. Again, I'm like you, CB. I'm ready for the weekend ahead. Got a few things going on. Work has been, it's been okay for the most part. But I will say this. So, bro, like, do you ever follow on IG the Club Godzilla Beat King?
I don't think so.
He's from like Houston or some part of Texas or whatever. So he just passed away. Like this is, I mean, he was doing viral during like the pandemic because he would have like different novelty shirts that said like just crazy things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Britt B, good to see you. And it just reported that he passed away, man. Like this is
damn
things are crazy, man. Crazy. Tia, good to see you. So, but yeah, the week has been weekend. I'm just ready to chill with the fellas and just get through the night and some new music coming out of it. That's what I'm excited about. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars have a song coming out. I'm interested to hear what that song sounds like.
I'm interested to hear what that song sounds like in 2024.
Right, and then The Alchemist and Big Sean apparently dropping something at midnight.
I'm looking forward to that.
All right, cool, man. That's all I gotta say.
But speaking of Houston, bro, and something that's probably on a lighter note, happy birthday to our girl.
There you go. Hold on.
Soundboard is not coming through.
It's not coming through?
It is not coming through.
Baddie behavior. Hold on, wait. Better? No? Yes, coming through now?
Nope. And the initial We Are Something Else joint didn't come through either.
Wow. All right, we'll do a reset. Shout out to Sammy Slated. Happy birthday to you. Yes, for baddie behavior. Nope. All right, we'll get back. Talk amongst yourselves. What football games are tonight? Let me try to reset this.
Philly, New England, I think started earlier.
My baby sister texted me because she was explaining to my mom earlier that Washington's kicker that they'd had the last couple of years had left in free agency or whatever. And apparently he kicks for the Patriots now. Like she found out because of the game tonight. She's like, oh shit, it's Joey Sly. It's like, yeah, I have no idea who's kicking for Washington this weekend. And you're on mute.
Still on mute.
Yeah. I'm not. I think you take your soundboard out and we did it. Yeah. Morgan?
But now, your sound is trash.
Yeah, now you're like.
All right, hold on one second.
You're better. That was better.
I'm better now. Is it better?
That's better. I don't do
right.
something on the soundboard though.
Hold on.
There you go.
There we go. All right, perfect. With all that said, I worked through that. Blink twice if you're okay. All right, let's wrap. All right, let's lead off with this one here. This story right here that's shaking up the world. Vera Lytle, however you say her name. And everybody in this audience, in the crowd, already knows the story. But we're going to go through it because there's been like something new to develop within the story. That's why we decided to do it. Kaleo has been. Where's my MPV van? Anyway, okay. 68, sentenced to 9 years in prison for stealing 1.5 million worth of chicken wings. She was she was using school district funds during COVID. She served as director for the Harvey School District, 152 near Chicago. Chicken was intended to be home meals for remote students, supposedly, right? Between the months of August and November of 21, she ordered more than 11,000 cases of chicken wings. It was discovered in 2023 when an audit showed that the food department budget had been exceeded by $300,000. The invoice showed chicken wings on it, which was a dead giveaway that the school doesn't serve items with bones to children. Yeah. 9 years. We're still in that. But here's the new part, and we can just talk about it. New to the story, Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs, I don't know if you heard this, offered to pay the $1.5 million in exchange for her release. I'm not sure that's how crime works. I'm not sure if stealing something and somebody just coming to pay your debt gets you out of doing the time of the crime, right? So although that's a nice gesture by Chris Jones, who definitely has the money, that's a drop in a bucket for him. This lady stole at the age of 68.
Dimitri, you're not lying.
Well, that part is true. Yeah, that part. But this lady is 68. She clearly knows right from wrong. What the hell are you doing with all that chicken? Sunday dinners, card games, selling dinners. I don't know. Let's thoughts about this on Vera's chicken wing ring. Let's start with my bro E Rich.
I don't know, bro. Like I'm baffled at this story because was she slanging the chicken to the neighborhood? Like was she feeding the kids that was in the hood that was like that wasn't eating? You know what I'm saying? Like is that why he's offering to pay her the amount of money, the 1.5? Because I don't know, something's not adding up. We got cats in there that are doing time for for retarded reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like what stands out with this? What stands out? I don't understand it. Like it just I guess I need to understand. Like, did she intend to sell the wings? Like, did she make a profit off of this?
That part we don't know. That part I have not been able to find how much money she made off of it.
Or was she like Nino Brown? Was she like feeding the neighborhood? You know what I'm saying? The local pookies. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole chicken. So
yeah, 9 years may seem a little excessive for the chicken wing ring, but thoughts, CB.
My mind immediately went to that classic Dave Chappelle joke where you know which one I'm talking about.
He loves it.
Genetically predisposed to like chicken. I mean, 1.5 million. I know that there was a chicken wing shortage, and that might have driven prices up, but that's a lot.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's a lot of chicken, bro. Like, I'm waiting to hear that she was working for Rick Ross. You know, this was like some undercover operation. She got caught up. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's a lot of chicken wings, bro. Like 1.5 million. So, I also think that I would think that it's probably less likely that she was feeding the hood, but who knows? I mean, y'all got to know how budgets work, and y'all got it. Like, if you're gonna be committing the crime, at least, I don't know, man. Like, try to make it look like you didn't.
Right. All right. And but before quick, talk about the Chris Jones thing. Does paying the fine, should she be let off because he opted to pay the fine for her?
I mean, I do think that it's a good gesture, and I don't know enough about Miss Vera's background to know if like this is a first time offense or whatever. Um, but I mean, I do think that it wouldn't be the worst decision in the world. Like, she's 68, you know what I mean? So I think that there is a world where I could see that being something that they'd accept. They'd be down. They'd be down to be like, all right, yeah, you know, if you're paying it back, whatever. And she's got to do some community service, and she's got to be some chicken advocate or something. I don't know, man. Like, there's got to be a way around it.
Like, it's got to the amount of time can't be for the 9 years is not strictly just for the 1.5. Like, it's probably got to do with something because it was like federal money or the, you know, government money or state. So they probably hit, you know, like all the charges as possible. You know what I'm saying? On every level, from county to federal to local, state, with all that stuff. My question is, how many years did the white lady get for slinging the cosmetic stuff when we had
that's a good
Right.
question. Chatty
When
Pat?
Chatty was on here.
how many years she getting?
That's a
That
good
was a whole ring. That was a whole crime syndicate that she had going. This is one lady that's slaying 1.5 million in chicken wings.
She
What's
was
really
like the fucking John Gotti of makeup. You know what I mean?
Right. They had the whole garage, like they were storage units. They had they had like big rigs involved. Like, that's a good question. I mean,
Someone in the chat, look that up, man. Look that up.
poor old Vera. I mean, not poor old Vera. I mean, come on now. She knew what she was doing. But 9 years is kind of excessive. Not even probation. Like, it must be because we're into the millions, and maybe she single-handedly caused the chicken shortage.
Maybe. Also, I mean, she was messing with the children. You know what I mean? You can't be messing with the kids.
Right, because again, during the pandemic, they were trying to feed the kids that couldn't eat on a day-to-day basis, as like, you know, like the meal programs. So she was supposed to be ordering stuff with the funding, and they were going out to feed the kids, and she was ordering stuff that necessarily you can't feed the kids.
I'm just envisioning like these extravagant chicken dinners, man. Like every night. Just long table with just nothing but chicken wings all over, like it's a crawfish boil or something. Like, that's what I'm envisioning.
So maybe that was the thing, right? Like, she was, so maybe really, like, she probably, because I mean, I guess that would also be the storyline, right? Did the kids actually
5 years?
8 million 5 years for the makeup lady?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like, I guess, did the kids get the food and she just charged like extra, right? To say like, okay, like, I know it's gonna cost this much. The kids ate, so I just tripled that on top of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So not only was it 1.5 million, but it was also a $300,000 excessive over the budget. So I mean, for 2 years, good grief, 9 years. Okay. Speaking of more crimes, yeah. Let's talk about this. Now, I don't know if y'all been following the Jordan Childs thing. So yeah, we're talking sports again, but this is deeper than sports right now. This is getting ready to go to like the social level of where the world is right now. Jordan Childs, we all know she won bronze in the floor exercise after her coach contested the score. And actually, it was, if I remember correctly, another country had contested the score before Jordan did, right? Before for their performance, and had awarded one of the other countries extra placing or whatever in that competition. And then after Jordan went, she originally had scored to 5th place, and her coaches had contested, which booted her up to 3rd, which gave her the bronze, right? But now we are at the position where Jordan Childs has been stripped or had to give back her bronze medal because I guess the Olympic Committee ruled that the contested portion of it, or the protest of her performance came in after the minute time limit. So they're saying it was invalid, that her contest did not come in within a minute, and so it's invalid, and they're going to strip her of her medal, right? But there was new evidence that showed that her contest indeed had showed up within like 40 seconds, with plenty of time to spare. But the committee will not hear her appeal, and they have awarded Romania's Ana Barbosu the bronze medal. Now, I did hear that the Paralympics and somebody else, they were going to continue to fight to give try to get Jordan Childs her bronze back, but this is a little deeper now, right? We have conclusive evidence that her contest or whatever came in with under the minute. She should still be able to keep the bronze, but also the scoring was horrible. The judges were horrible through the Olympics. Let's talk about it. Thoughts, CB? Hanna-Barbera.
It's one of those things where the governing body, they've already made this decision, and they're like, oh no, we can't go back on it now because we're gonna, it's gonna make us look incompetent or whatever. And regardless, to us, they look incompetent regardless. You know what I mean? Like, as far as we're concerned, Jordan's getting just robbed in this instance. And it, like, I wasn't expecting anything different, if we're being honest. And I mean, not saying that this is on the same scale as other levels of Olympic corruption, but like, this isn't new when we're talking about this particular spectacle, that is the Olympics. So, I mean, she's got a ton of support. She's definitely one of the best in the world. Everybody got to see that. If anything, she's at least third best in the world on that one particular event, and we all saw it. And but still, at the end of the day, not surprised that this ended up, ending the way that it has after they took it away from her.
Absolutely. Hey,
I mean, we've had plenty of other things happen in the Olympics over the years that we've all questioned. That was just like, what are their rules really about? You know what I mean? Like they kind of give off like, all right, fuck it. I wasn't gonna say it, but I'll say it now, because let's just get into the whole Shelly Ann Frazier and that whole situation, right? Where
her and Sha'Carri.
Yeah, you walk through a gate one day, the next day you can't walk through that gate. Security saying you can't, and again, somebody coming from the security side, it's stuff like that kind of makes you just be like, everybody else has a certain level of comfort and let's just say rules, and somehow they don't seem to apply to certain people. And then other people be like, well, why are you bringing in color into this? I'm like, well, show me another instance where this is happening to somebody else.
Chad, good to see you.
Until then, that's what it is. That's what it's going to be. Yeah. So that's where we at with that. I mean, I think we just know what this is. And I think when you have clear evidence, like as a governing body of anybody that says, like, if you can actually bring evidence to us, why not? Why should we not be able to take that? Because again, it shows accountability. It shows definitely a level of integrity, which then it's like shot. Nobody really then gives a shit about where that medal comes from if that's the type of integrity that they're going to show on their part. If you're not going to take a ruling that that you can accept if it's shown that it happened in on time. So
right. I mean, at this point, are we against having a tie at third place? Does it matter?
Probably not. You know what I mean? But
right.
We know how it goes. I'm saying that if I got my bronze, I don't want to share it with anybody. You know what I mean? But you know,
Okay.
whatever.
More Olympic talk. But again, this is not really it's Olympic, but it's more so a little different now. Let's talk about how Noah Lyles has probably become one of the most hated, such a strong word, disliked Olympians as of late, right? Now, if y'all don't remember, Lyles made a comment back in 2023, right, about the NBA championship, saying having world champion on their heads, world champion of what? The US. You know, I love the US at times, but it ain't the world. We are the world, right? These comments put a target on his back this Olympics from the NBA players, right? And a few of them were hoping that he did lose. And then when he lost in the 200, which is not his race, so it really probably
actually is his race, which is crazy.
The 200
he's got the third fastest 200 time of all time.
Okay.
Not just in the, he's got the number one time ever in the US. He's faster than Michael Johnson, and he's the third fastest of all time in that event. So that actually is his event. But my man got COVID like 2 days prior, and it's hard to.
Now, had he won that, does the COVID thing come out?
Yeah, still, because then the context is different. He overcame it with, you know, with the vid, you know.
Okay, I'm just wondering. All right, so, but yeah, has turned him into, again, one of the most disliked probably athletes or Olympians, because there's also the Adidas thing with Anthony Edwards. Did y'all hear about that? So I guess Adidas had, he signed with Adidas, obviously, and they had invited him to Anthony Edwards' shoe debut or shoe party or whatever. And he made the comments like, you know, who is this guy to get his own signature shoe? He hasn't won anything yet. He hasn't done anything for the sport. And why is he getting his own shoe when I should have my own shoe? Again, stuff is going to this guy's head, because not to diss any people who ran track, but track stars only have a certain season of relevancy when it comes to sports, right? Olympics is going to, that's, you know, leading up to the Olympics is going to give track stars all the shine that they need. But then maybe like every 2 years when they do the worlds and stuff. But NBA is almost all the time. Michael Jordan still has a shoe that gets released, and Michael Jordan's been retired. Who else? Kobe Bryant's shoes still released. Like, as far as NBA basketball players getting their own shoes, like, it's probably way more relevant than a track star getting a spike named after them. That who's gonna buy it, right? So, thoughts on this? What do you think about Noah Lyles and his comments?
He should keep them to himself. I mean, granted, you know, everybody can have their own. I think everybody can. Everybody has their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? He can speak on it. I just think it gets to a point where it's almost like the media is baiting him because they know he's going to just say just whatever he's going to say out of his mouth. Because the context then is, why would you speak on Ant when look at what he's done in the short time of his career, and they're already kind of, you know, when's the last time there was the comparison to a Jordan or to a player that can take over the league since LeBron's getting ready to be out of the league, right? And it's kind of stepping into that realm of media coverage, and taking down the teams that he did on his way to the Western, you know, the way he did in the playoffs, brought him more into the household, the family household, the guy that works hard, that got better every year. You know what I mean? Seems like he's true, like he's a very true and genuine person. Like, we like to see Ant. Ant is almost the equivalent of like Marshawn, like on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, video wise, like he's gonna say what he's gonna say, and we're all gonna laugh because he just like, I thought it, I said it. You know, it is what it is. But bro, is it so much that they have to pin us against each other? But do we take the bait every damn time? Why is it that Noah Lyles on the track side is speaking on somebody in another sport that he doesn't play? And Ant wouldn't even speak on that man running track, because he'd be like, I don't run track. But if that's what they want to do, then why not? But as a brand or organization, CB plays soccer, I play football. If they told me to, like, Does the party because he's getting his own? I'm going, right? It's a support thing. It shouldn't have to be because why is that person already getting this shoe before I get my shoe? And then, like you said, who the fuck gonna buy a damn Adidas shoe that's supposed to be really for track?
Right, absolutely.
Little Fabiola with the wedding dress on and the soccer shoes. You know what I'm saying at the laundromat.
So, full disclosure, I'm a track fan. Like I watch the Diamond League, all that stuff. I follow Noah Lyles like as an athlete, and like I'm a fan of his for what he does like on the track. And what he is actually known for in the sport at this moment is he's the only showman. Like we no longer have Usain Bolt. He actually is that guy in this sport. So for people that are not used to watching track and this is their first time seeing him, it makes sense that some people might get rubbed the wrong way with the bravado, and the confidence. I mean, how American is that? You know what I mean? Just it kind of goes along with it. But he walked back the Ant comments already. He had already said that he already had like a scheduling conflict or whatever. And this is a dude that is a multi-world champion. He's now an Olympic gold medalist. I think he's got 2 bronzes now in the 200. Like this dude, when it comes to what his profession is, he is one of those guys. Like he really is. And I do agree with him. Like it's actually very funny to me that as Americans, we love these sports where we're the only ones that really play them, and so we call ourselves the world champs. And like as a soccer fan, there's Champions League. They're the best leagues in Europe. The champions of each of those leagues then play each other in a tournament. You know what I mean? And like so it's a little bit different when you've got the Boston Celtics out here, which would they probably wipe the floor with these other professional teams across like the world? Yeah, probably. But but I'm saying like we don't know because they don't actually play each other. So yeah, they're one of my favorite memes. It's like world champions, and it's the globe, but it's just the United States. Like there's no other country in it. Like to me, like that's what he's getting at, and that is very funny to me.
This is definitely a lie from the Chiefs, but go ahead, Clay, because I got a rebuttal out there. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that the world is catching up in all these sports, especially basketball, right?
I mean, did y'all see that football shit where we didn't even place like some tackle football world championship or whatever, and we didn't even place, bro. We got whooped. Whatever kids they sent over to this tournament got whooped. And so, it's that, but that didn't make like major sports center news or nothing, right?
Right. And I'm just saying that the world is catching up in a lot of different areas, especially basketball. So this comment that he made in 2023, he's going to have to walk back because, I mean, the NBA is full of world athletes at this point, right? And we saw the level of competition within the Olympics itself when it came to the basketball game. So that's all I got to say. E, go ahead and finish up, and then we got 2 more topics. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys use CB and Noah. I'll address you both. The benchmark is based upon where your sport was predominantly projected at starting and making a name for itself. Correct?
What do you mean by that?
Soccer is more popular and has more fanfare and has more to do with like the way that is broadcasted from the world side of the house, where not the United States,
basically
right?
Everywhere but here. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So if that is the case, and that's where it started, and if basketball started over here, but if every top player in the North America, if every person in the world who's the top player, where do they go to play soccer?
They go to either Europe or Spain, France.
Every world player that plays in the NBA goes where?
You broke up a little bit, but I'm assuming you're talking about we have the best league. The best league is here.
So then the benchmark is not where I started, but it's the location of where all the top players in the world go to play. Because if the top player in the world at one point in time was not even from the United States, Joker is from somewhere else, but plays in the NBA.
Yeah.
Luka potentially could be a top player of the world, not even from the States. So right. I'm trying to figure out what in the hell is it's like it's by default that because they're because the NBA is in the States, that it gets looked at because of the title and the name of it. But yet all the best players in the world, they don't go and say, I'm gonna go play for the Spain, Euro League Dragons. You go there to die when you can't make it to the NBA. So if the best players in the world play in the NBA and you're playing against them on a regular basis for 82 games, which is way more than they play overseas, how is that not? How are they not then the best in the world?
Just from the standpoint of they're not playing anybody else in the world. From that standpoint, where we're talking about
but they're Euro players in the NBA. There's like 45% of the players are not even from America.
So like the NHL. That's the best hockey league in the world, right? All the best players typically play in the NHL. But the US is not the best team internationally when we're talking about them. They go to play these teams over in Russia or whatever. They're generally getting wiped, but it's one of those.
That. So then to your point, the football thing, you said they got creamed, right? They didn't even make it. But the best players from the NFL weren't playing in that sport.
Sure.
Were they?
They better not have been. Like these were kids. These are like high school kids.
So all I'm getting at is if we're gonna criticize the name that was started at whatever league way back when, and you're saying that the best players though go play in this league, but they also are over here for the NBA. They play for Miami, they play for for LA Galaxy, the whole nine, but they go overseas to get that title. I'm trying to figure out at what point in time then do we separate that and say, well, where are the best players in the world in order for you to get that title, regardless of what the championship is? You play against the best person in the world. What league do I have to go to make that name for myself in order for me to say that I beat the best player in the world?
I hear where you're coming from with that. It's a good argument, but. I do believe that when you're talking about world champion, I don't believe that they just started throwing that around once the league became international. You know what I mean? Like we've been throwing that around for forever before the game was like that.
I agree with that.
Speaking of which, let me tell you what
it's very American of us.
Tell you what the best break dancers in the world are not. All right, they're not in Australia. All right, so Australian break dancer Rachel Gunn, aka Ray Gunn. 36-year-old PhD college professor has the breakdancing world a frenzy. Now, let's break this down a little bit because I was looking forward to, I think a lot of us was looking forward to the breakdancing element of the Olympics this go around because it was something new, something we had never seen before, and we were interested to see how it was going to happen. Now we see why perhaps they saved it for the last 2 days, the last weekend of the Olympics. Now, I think a lot of people got behind this, especially Nike. Nike did the shoes. I think a couple other brands had marketed breakdancing. And with any other Olympic, I guess you would call this sport because dancing could be a sport. So with any other Olympic sport, there is a trial period, right? Or a qualifying period that you have to do to represent your country. Now, again, there's probably not that many Australian breakdancers in her country, so she was probably able to make it past through that, right? But for this to be, I don't know how many other people outside of us were really interested. I mean, how big of a promotion that this got, right? Leading into the Olympics. We just knew it was going to happen in us as far as the sneaker culture. We saw the shoes, so okay. And then breakdancing for us, as far as hip hop, I mean, Beat Street. We're getting ready to review Beat Street, which is, one of my favorite breakdancing movies. But anyways, you only got one chance to get this right, I believe, right? Or first impression, and for some people who may not even know what breakdancing is. And this is what was put out there. Now, not all of them were bad. And maybe she wasn't bad to her standards, right? Because maybe they breakdance a little different in Australia. And I don't know. But all I'm saying is, if this was the first, and she was the first one to go, like she was in that first pairing to go, if this was the first initial eyes that the world had on breakdancing, no wonder they're getting chose for 2028, because the guys are amazing on the next day, but a lot of ladies were good on the first day. But this is what stood out because of this product right here. One bad apple has spoiled the rest of the breakdancing world for even showing up. Now, how do you even judge this? How do you judge breakdancing? Like I don't know what the bar was, what the meter was, right? And so I thought they should give it another shot in 2028, just because it's interesting. They could have did so much more with it, but you needed to show up in 3 straight Olympics for it to become a sport that will stick around. But unfortunately, it looks like it's going to go away. But anyways, we had fun with Ray Gunn. Again, 36-year-old PhD college professor. Her moves were one of a kind.
Clay, was the soundboard working?
Is the soundboard? Yeah, why?
Somebody got let out the basement for a hot second.
Oh, hold on. Oh, wait. Where's he at?
Be Easy Shoe and Fashion Report.
I thought breakdance was a nice addition because of the hip hop element and how much more they could have done. It's just that I guess this is it. It's gonna die, one and done. What are your thoughts on the breakdancing? And then you can give your comments on Ray Gunn, Rich.
I'm low key glad they killed this. There's not much I need to say. Exactly. Just one to the back of the head. Just like, this is done. I think because, like you said, we don't know what the qualifying rounds look like. We don't know what scoring looked like. There was nothing. They had 4 years to really give us a interpretation of what we should be anticipating, and we didn't get that. And simply for that, this is what they had to show. Like I said,
but she was the only bad one. That was everybody else.
True. That's not true. There were some other bad ones out there. See, CB, this is what I'm talking about, right? Just tell them to be honest, because
she was so bad that
it's a joke, but it's not a joke, right? There are some 4'5" little Asian women that are on IG right now that break dance better than her, and they do that shit just because, you know what I'm saying, who won't even consider themselves like B girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that at the end of the day, we're looking at it from a representation of culture, because that's the hip hop culture had breakdancing involved in it.
Yeah.
This just did not have that representation. They tried it, they failed. I don't even know if they really had the right people to back it the way that it should have so that it could go on. And now if it's not in 28, that's 8 years before you even would try to kind of revamp it. And I think it won't get enough attention for, and what better way it should have been in LA and not Paris if that was the case.
Yeah. CB, thoughts on Save the Last Breakdance?
So from what I had read was, it had, before this Olympics had even started, it was not going to be in LA. Like, there was, I don't know how this process works in terms of choosing the events and things like that, but it was already not going to be there. And then we had Ray Gunn show out, and it really just highlighted the whole thing. And it's mind-boggling that they would have it in Paris, right? And then not have it in LA, where there's actually, and maybe I'm speaking wrong, because I don't know what the Paris breakdancing culture is like. But that's the thing. I don't know if they even have a breakdancing culture. I know that it's out there on the West Coast. I know that exists. So And I think that for the sport of it, this timing couldn't have been any worse. But yeah, I like out of all the sports in the Olympics, most of them I don't understand the scoring. You know what I mean? So it's not like I was gonna probably understand the scoring with this either. But it's unfortunate that the like I don't remember who won, but I remember her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, so a minute or less. Let's do this and we can move on. I want to say goodbye to a legend. Wally Amos dies at 88. Famous for using his aunt's cookie recipe to open up a shop in 1975 that gave Chips Ahoy a run for their money in any other packaged cookie. Passed away from dementia in Honolulu on August 13th. Famous Amos cookies. I want to try for LA. I mean, look, there is proof in my grandparents' basement that I thought I was a B-boy because we'll talk about that later. Anyways, talk about movies don't influence kids. Yeah, Beach Street was my movie. But anyways, Famous Amos cookies. Wally Amos passed away at 88. Let's just talk about real quick. Again, Black-owned business. Famous Amos cookies are still being sold everywhere. I mean, I don't think I know anyone who's never had a Famous Amos. But 88 years old, passed away from dementia. Shout out to him for just building a brand and just running with it and being in a lot of people's households. Thoughts, CB, Famous Amos.
Man, I love cookies, bro. So the stock price, whatever, Famous Amos, they've gotten their money out of the Burkott household, man. So sad. And at 88, man, there's still life to be lived, you know, you would think. So hopefully, you know, his family is good. He's resting well, and gonna keep. He left a legacy. Like, you know, these cookies aren't going anywhere.
Yep.
Famous Amos, grandma's cookies, and then we don't need to talk about nothing else after that. Like, it's always been that.
Okay. Speaking of which, this weekend, order yourself a DC Shop Pie, WRC 10, save 10%. And yes, the winners from the 200th episode, we're getting your pizzas out to you. I got to reach out to one more person to get their information so we get the pizzas out to you. But yes, we're going to get you that. Shirts, backpacks, all that good stuff. But yeah, save yourself 10%. Go to DC Shop Pie, order a pie, get it shipped to you, save 10%, WRC 10. Look at it. Look right there. Here we go. Boom. Chicago Deep Dish Pizza. Black owned. Yes. Shout out to Grant. Shout out to Margaret. All the Thompsons from the DC Shop Pie for holding us down. The official pizza of the We Are Something Else podcast. And we are off. All right. Come on, bro. What you got?
All right. In the theme of the kids going back to school and all that good stuff, I figured it was time to have a segment about the kids and what they probably lack in their childhood that we had it, because we had it so good when we were kids and we didn't know no better, but we appreciate it now. But listen, back in the day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wait, my bad.
Damn.
Yes, sir. Look, that's a local thing right there.
It was a very nearby. All right, so again, in that moment, so I'm thinking, like I said, my niece and nephew getting ready to go back to school, but you know, there's like those days where, you know, recess is supposed to happen, but the inclement weather is happening outside, so you got to figure out there's a game in the, you know, you gotta stay in the room. Depending on if it's homeroom or just that one class that, you know, you got all your friends is at and all that good stuff. Used to be there was a closet, and the closet had the board games and all the games that you get to go. You know, you'd have to like do a little survey, try to figure out which one you wanted or whatever. Everybody would have to pick, right? The good old voting system of what game we're gonna play all together. But there's one game that stands out, and that's just me. At the end of the day, If you don't know about it, listen. Heads up, 7-Up is everything. Listen, thumbs up, like it. This is the epitome of you think you know, but you really don't know, because you always thought it was your friend that damn near that picked, and then you always try to be strategic, right? When you're gonna like, I'm gonna just barely brush against somebody to make it seem like they're them, or be quiet. You hear people giggling and shit when you know who it is. The girl that liked you probably picked you, and and you just trying to play it cool. You know what I'm saying? This game would take you throughout the whole entire period and pretty much just make your day, because guess what? You always wanted to be picked. There was unfortunately that one person that never got picked. And the teacher would have to tell somebody, just go over there. So this is probably one of the best nostalgic games that we had to play back in the day. I don't think the kids are playing it this day, because I'm sure somebody's mama / Karen or Kevin to come in there and say my son or my daughter are not playing this game because they didn't get picked. So shout out to our childhood, because it was dope. And I want to get y'all kind of thoughts on this right here. Where'd y'all place this on the list?
When I saw the meme of this go out, I was like, oh my God, it's classic. And it was a free game. Like, whoever came up with this game was genius. Like, it's free. You don't need to buy nothing. It's got to be creative and just create game. Like, this was creative. Yeah, this is definitely part of my childhood. I remember it. It was fun. Like you said, you couldn't go outside for recess or PE, and you just had to stay inside, just play this game. Boom. That's it. I mean, everybody wanted to be picked.
Got like core third grade memories of playing this game, man. So yeah, it always worked out that maybe because some people were born with smaller calves than others, that they didn't get chose as often. But it's it's no big deal.
Let's go. All right, CB, what we got for that copper chop?
Yeah. So rumored to be releasing in February of next year. Union is coming back with Nike for another Air Jordan 1 High. And Dimitri, were you there? Jesus. But rumored to actually, like, they gave a release date, February 12th, rumored to be $200. We don't have official photos yet, but they've done some mock-ups, and they're calling it looks like a mixture of the Chicago and the Shadow colorways. And if you're familiar with the two prior Jordan 1 Highs that they did, those were also mashups of two other iconic colorways. So these are probably going to be damn near impossible to get. That's what we're going to assume. But if y'all, and again, we don't have official photos yet, we just have mock-ups, but knowing Union, knowing how classic the first round of the J's that they did are, for 200, are y'all copping if you got the chance? So for me, yeah, because I want one of the first two that they did, and they at least haven't gotten one of these ones wrong yet. So for 200, the price is the price. You better believe if I can get them for just 200, I'm gonna pay that. So for me, it's a cop.
Yeah, for these 200 is a kind of a steal. It'll be a cop for me.
For sure, a cop.
All right.
Union trying to get back in E-Rich's good graces.
Hey, listen, the last two were not hits. The last two did not hit, bro. Cortez's was an epic failure for them.
Yep. Yeah, we don't even need to talk about those anymore,
All right, let's go ahead and do some shoe and tell. Get up out of here.
All right, this is them up.
There we go.
This is them up. All right, but hey, listen, I already showed these, but listen, this this is a key element. I talk to my bro damn near every day, and as we get older in our nice age, comfort means everything to us. And listen, hey everybody! Also, it's about to be spooky season, which is my favorite season. You dig? So go out to your escape rooms. Go out to whatever local whatever you guys got out there, wherever you go. Because I'm definitely hitting up horror nights, Universal Studios, and you got to have some comfortable ass shoes while you out there walking around. And what better than some Asics? Why? Because I'm gonna look good and I'm gonna be dope when I'm walking around. So again, it's spooky season. Got to get your shoes right. And shout out because I think there might be my bro had been talking about some Freddy Krueger style shoes, and I know he's really been let's just say that Santa Claus might be eyeballing to make sure my bro, you know what I'm saying, get a good gift this shit, bro.
So recently, our boy Uncle Larry, dropped some new shit. And everybody in the crew has been running it back and forth. Something that is also very well known from the city of San Francisco. It's Huff.
Oh.
And so they re-released the joints that they did like 20 years ago. And they also released 2 unreleased colorways, and this is the joint that was the Japan exclusive. So this is like the pink, comes with extra laces. They got these little charms, you know what I mean? Huff Brandon.
Yep.
On the insole. So these joints are dope. There's also an orange pair. So I got these. I did get the original the green joints. And yeah, man. RIP Huff.
All right. All right. So me, E Rich, CB, Be Easy, and our money have a group chat, right? Just talk random stuff back and forth between music, sports, whatever, is going on in current day. And we post shoes in there, sneakers in there. And one day CB posted a sneaker that he got into the group chat, I think under $100 because it was on sale. And it was so funny. I'd been eyeing the same shoe, different colorway for a while. And I just hadn't pulled the trigger because the price was just not attractive enough for me to get it. But on that day, just after CB had sent a group chat to everybody or notice, I was like, you know what? F it. I'm going to go ahead and get it right now. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And I got on and I ordered me a pair of shoes. Now, CB's already seen me wear these already. A couple you have too. But yeah, Nike Air Max Plus Drift.
Shout out to TJ.
Shout out to TJ. TJ has he has got like the white and brown pair or whatever. But yeah, and he had been rocking those for a while. But this was the colorway. This out of all the colorways, it's like a fiery orange, purple.
Kind of looks like a Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that like the Phoenix?
Picture the Phoenix Suns, yeah. It's got the fold over tongue.
The fold over tongue is the dopest like
yep.
detail.
Air bubble. So boom. Wore these a couple times. Now they are heavy, they are clunky, but once you break them in, they're good to go. What's the sole on these? The 10 soles, whatever.
Yeah. Over in the UK, they love those joints.
Yeah. Is that a higher platform on that than the original the Air Max Plus?
I think it just looks that way. I really think it's the same. I think it's just the way the profile is built. I mean, the design of it makes it look like it's bigger, but I really think it's. What do you think, CB? OG sizing?
I think so. I didn't have a pair of those growing up, but a few years ago when they were doing some of the mashups, we got one of the joints. They did. It was the upper of the Plus, but it was the sole of the 97, and because I actually like the 97 sole better than the Air Max Plus joint. But as an Air Max head, you got to have a pair of these in the collection somewhere. So these joints are dope.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, that's everybody. Appreciate y'all for hold on. Can you hear the claps now? The claps working? Okay.
Yep.
Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Episode 202. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, the video, all that good stuff. Tomorrow, I guess we'll be back here for the Kendall B Morning Show. Well, on Station Head, Kendall B Morning Show, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. And then I'm teetering with the abstract tomorrow, but I don't think there will be an abstract tomorrow, as most likely I will be on assignment tomorrow. So most likely no abstract, but we'll confirm in the morning. But other than that, new music tonight, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. Interesting pairing. I would love to hear the music. Big Sean, Alchemist, I think they're dropping something tonight too. Interested in the pairing. So to be, I don't think not tonight. Hey buddies.
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
What'd you say?
Is it Lady Gaga or is
Lady Gaga? Yeah, her and Bruno. I'm interested in that pairing. I don't know how you can two very different sounds.
But they were both like massive in the 2010s.
Right. And I guess it would depend on production on how that track would sound, right? But other than that, I don't know what else releases tomorrow.
Do we know who's producing it?
No, that's what I was trying to find. I mean, I just saw the image drop on IG today, and that was like kind of all that it said about it.
He said he's got you.
He said he's gonna do the abstract tomorrow.
All right, yeah. If I'll confirm with you, R. If I don't do it, go ahead and hop and do it. So Kendall, if I don't do abstract, our money will be taking over the abstract tomorrow, which is fine as well. So we'll confirm just shortly. That's it. That's all I got, y'all. And the thing is, it has to be a fast song. I don't think you can come out the gate with a ballad between those two.
They both can sing, so yeah. I don't know, man.
He'll produce it. I don't know. Even though him and Anderson did come out the break with "Leave the Door Open," right? Oh, that's it. But look, that's it. Episode 202. You can't stop the rain.
Follow us on YouTube at WRSC Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Peace.
Marathon.
Better to be safe than to be sorry before you raw dog at the party. So bring some protection before you get a little infection. That way you both can win when you wear your rough skin.
Yeah.